You driving?
Some Plan Bs are smarter than others. If you're drinking, don't drive. RBT means you need a Plan B. Authorised by New South Wales Government, Sydney.
And do you think England are ready for Gallon?
I think so. Yeah, without a doubt. I guess the only real question mark is who's going to fill that third seamer role. Top order looks pretty settled. They all look in pretty good touch. But certainly I think that third bowler until Tim Bresnan comes back will probably be the one issue that keeps popping up. It was hard place to bowl fast this week with the sand in the outfield, so it's hard to gauge. But having said that, there was a bit in the wicket day one. I thought Boyd bowled beautifully with the old ball yesterday. That spell I thought sort of screamed Test bowler, but I reckon that was probably the only one in the game that really lived up to I guess what they're looking from him. But I'm sure a very, very different proposition at the Gabba. Bowls a heavy ball, quick enough. But I think if you continually get too short at the Gabba, you'll get murdered. So.
You get the sense that the changes England have made or are going to make will strengthen them or weaken them from that?
That's a good question. I like the look of Joe Root, and I think it's certainly an easier place to bat at number 6 than opening the batting. So I think that will give him some confidence, and he's playing nicely. As I said, he looks a good player, and he's had some success there. He plays spin well, and a bit more maturity at the top of the order. So I think that the batting certainly does. I just think Bresnan's a massive player for them. A bit of an unsung hero. Bowls a huge amount of overs. Never really gets hit out of the attack. Takes big wickets, and as we saw during the last Ashes series, scored some really important runs. So that's a huge out, I think, and I think Australia will look to exploit that third seam.
Top order batsman yourself, that dropping Joe down to 6 would be something seen as a demotion on his part?
Not really. I think he's an opening batsman by trade, so he'll probably want to open the batting. But if that's the difference between being in the team and not being in the team, I'm sure he's happy to bat at 6. And it's a good place to learn about Test cricket. There's nowhere to hide at the top of the order, and it was a bit of a baptism, I reckon, for him against some high class fast bowling in England. So the Kookaburra ball will provide probably an easier opportunity. He'll come in, ball will be softer, and then if he is in with the second new ball, he's had that experience. So like we saw with Mike Hussey's career, I think it's a nice spot to bat number 6 if you have had experience against a new ball before.
The game, first and second innings, was watching James Newton bowl and being attacking on an SCG pitch. Bit of a throwback in it.
It was brilliant. It was a bit of a heyday SCG wicket. It was probably one of the best wickets I've played on in Australia for a long time. There was something there for the fast bowlers early. Good to bat on, bit of reverse swing, and then we saw today if that was a test wicket, there would have been significant turn late day 4, day 5, which is exactly what you want. It was great to see him in the game. We saw that his best deliveries are well and truly good enough to get world-class players out. I guess the next step is the word attacking. The word attacking leg spin is a bit of a misnomer. I think every leg spin is an attacking leg spinner.
Does ego come into it at all though when you
Not really. I'm not that egotistical really, but I just want to represent England, and to get the opportunity to do that down the orders, it's a different challenge to last summer, but one that I'm really looking forward to.
Does it make any difference up here, Joe, batting at 6 to 1? Because 1's where you bat it, and 2 is where you bat it all your life.
Yeah, not really. For me, I think the basics are pretty similar. There's still a guy 22 yards away throwing a ball at you, so I think just trying to make sure you manage the situation well and try and score as many runs as possible.
And I guess the second new ball is quite significant.
Yeah, that's another challenge, isn't it? So, hopefully I can, if that opportunity comes, I can manage that well and do a job for the team.
Are you a better player, do you think, for your experience opening in the last?
I've definitely learned a lot from it. And I've got a lot of things out of it, which and parts of my game that I've worked hard on from last summer. So hopefully I can keep improving on those and become a better player for it.
Can you reflect on the build-up so far, James, to some extent? 3 matches, 2 draws, 1 of them very badly rained up. Does the team go to Brisbane well prepared if
I think so. A lot of the lads have got some very good scores at the bat, and especially this week, bowlers have done exceptionally well as well, picking up wickets and bowling good spells in partnerships, and just putting in good performances. So I think everyone's in good spirits. We won as well, which is obviously important to take that momentum into next week, and hopefully we can start the series with a bang.